St. Petersburg, located in the extreme northwestern region of Russia, stands as a major historical and cultural center, so much so that it's proudly listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. However, St. Petersburg often finds itself overshadowed by Moscow. When given the choice, many travelers opt for the bustling capital instead. But I'm here to set the record straight. Join me as we explore the top 5 reasons you should add St. Petersburg to your travel bucket list. Plus, stick around for a must-try cultural experience that you won't want to miss. Starting at number 5, we have the iconic Palace Square, or as the locals say, Dvortsovaya Ploshchad. Like Moscow's Red Square, this landmark has witnessed pivotal moments in Russian history. Think of events like the 1917 October Revolution, where the Bolsheviks seized power, creating the world's first Marxist state. Or the Bloody Sunday Massacre of 1905, which marked the violent beginnings of the Russian Revolution, with over 100 protesters killed and hundreds more injured. Despite its violent past, today, this very square hosts festivals, concerts, and celebrations. Beyond those, you'll also find the Hermitage Museum, the Winter Palace, and the Alexander Column here. First, there's the Hermitage Museum, which spans over 6 buildings and holds over 3 million items, making it the world's largest collection. From Stone Age artifacts to early 20th century treasures, this museum houses masterpieces by icons like Michelangelo, Rembrandt, Van Gogh, and Monet. They say it would take 11 years to view every exhibit here for just a minute each. If you're interested in viewing the collection, this museum palace is open daily from 10:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., and on Wednesday and Friday, it's open until 9 p.m. The entry ticket is 600 rubles. This gives you access to the General Staff Building, Winter Palace of Peter the Great, Menshikov Palace, and the Museum of the Imperial Porcelain Factory. Next, we have the Winter Palace, a grand representation of Imperial Russia. Its imposing mint green, white, and gold Baroque facade stretches over 700 feet, with 1,500 rooms, 1,700 doors, nearly 2,000 windows, and more than 100 staircases. Step inside to find grand rooms with intricate details and galleries filled with antiques, paintings, sculptures, and decorative arts. It's truly a visual experience that will definitely leave a lasting impression. Finally, at the center of the square is the Alexander Column, an incredible 155-foot, 600-ton red granite pillar, the largest of its kind. Then, topping the column is a statue of an angel holding a cross, which ultimately adds a unique charm to this historic and cultural hub. At number 4, let's explore why St. Petersburg is nicknamed the Venice of the North. With its web of rivers and canals, this city offers unique views from the water that gives you a whole new perspective. The main waterway, the Neva River, is the heart of the city. Nearly all major attractions can be spotted from a boat tour along this river, making it a perfect option if you're short on time but still want to experience the highlights. Another beautiful river to cruise is the Moika, where you'll pass landmarks like the Court Stables, where Alexander Pushkin's funeral was held, the Glinka State Academic Capella, and St. Isaac's Square. For a scenic shortcut, consider the Winter Canal or Zimnyaya Kanavka, which links the Neva and Moika rivers around the Winter Palace, giving you 2 attractions in one. Finally, if you're looking for something more off the beaten path, check out the Kryukov Canal. Even though it's not as widely known, it's totally worth a visit. This canal flows past historical gems like the Mariinsky Theater, New Holland, and the bell tower of St. Nicholas Cathedral. Coming in at number 3 are St. Petersburg's breathtaking churches and cathedrals. If there's one must-visit church, it's the Church of the Savior on Spilled Blood, also known as the Church of the Resurrection of Jesus Christ. Its medieval Russian architecture makes it stand out from the city's typical neoclassical and Baroque styles. Even more captivating is its claim to have the world's largest collection of mosaics, depicting biblical scenes and characters. Fun fact, this church got its unusual name because it's where Alexander II was assassinated. Then, if you have extra time, head over to St. Isaac's Cathedral. Originally the city's main church and the largest cathedral in Russia, it was built between 1818 and 1858 and remains one of the most iconic landmarks. Plus, its gilded dome, adorned with 12 angel statues, cost a whopping 1 million golden rubles. Lastly, there's Kazan Cathedral, which is dedicated to Our Lady of Kazan, Russia's most revered icon. Despite the Orthodox Church's initial objection, this cathedral is inspired by St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. And if you think the outside is impressive, it's just as stunning inside, showcasing sculptures and icons created by Russia's finest artists of the era. There are more than 200 churches and cathedrals in the city, but these three are a good jumping-off point to get a glimpse of their world-class architecture, intricate and elegant interiors, and captivating religious history. Next up at number 2, we have the Peter and Paul Fortress. It's St. Petersburg's birthplace, which was founded by Peter the Great as the city's original citadel. Located on Zayaki Island, it's now known as the Museum of the History of the City and is packed with historical sites that could easily fill an entire day of exploring. Let's dive in. Within its defensive walls, the Peter and Paul Cathedral stands as a towering landmark of Russian Orthodox architecture, reaching 404 feet and topped with a golden spire and angel. Inside, you'll find crystal chandeliers, stunning arches, colorful columns, and the tombs of nearly every Russian emperor and empress from Peter the Great to Nicholas II. It's truly a symbol of St. Petersburg's grandeur. For a more somber piece of history, there's the Trubetskoy Bastion, the main political prison from 1872 to 1921, where prominent figures like Maxim Gorky, Leon Trotsky, and Fyodor Dostoevsky were held. Each cell door shares the biography of its inmate, providing a chilling look into their lives. Interestingly, Peter the Great himself supervised the torture and witnessed the death of his son, Tsarevich Alexei, here in 1718, way before it became a political prison. Then, following the 1917 revolution, the prison continued to hold aristocrats and counter-revolutionaries until it became a museum in 1924. Besides those, there's also the Museum of Cosmonautics and Rocket Technology. A surprising find, but it makes sense when you learn these buildings once held one of the Soviet Union's first military rocket labs in the 1930s. The museum is a thrill for anyone fascinated by space exploration, with exhibits like historic rocket engines, cosmonaut suits, and even a St. Petersburg flag that flew on the Mir space station. These are just a few highlights within the fortress, and there's more to discover on your own. For the best experience, consider a combined ticket for 750 rubles, which grants you access to all exhibits for 2 days. If you ask me, this is a great deal for such a rich piece of history. If Moscow is Russia's capital and economic powerhouse, St. Petersburg is the cultural capital of the country, which bears the soul of history. And the theater scene is one of the biggest cultural propellers. So let's talk about St. Petersburg's world-renowned theaters. A must-see for anyone who loves art, theater, or music. For some visitors, these theaters are the whole reason to come to St. Petersburg, so why miss out? The theater season kicks off in mid-September and goes through late June, with autumn and winter offering the most breathtaking ballets and operas. First up, we've got the famous Mariinsky Theater. Opened in 1860, it's one of Russia's most celebrated theaters. Known for unforgettable ballets like The Nutcracker and Russian Seasons, Mariinsky's performances never fail to leave the audience in awe. Then there's the Mikhailovsky Theater, Mariinsky's friendly rival. As the country's oldest ballet and opera theater, it may not be as grand on the outside, but it's home to Soviet-era classics that locals love. The upcoming productions in November include Notre Dame de Paris and Cavalleria Rusticana. If you're visiting in the summer when Mariinsky is closed, head to the Hermitage Theater, a popular spot for tourists with international music festivals, orchestras, and, of course, stunning ballet. For drama lovers, Alexandrinsky Theater is the place to be. It's known more for its incredible drama performances and is an architectural gem in its own right. And if you're looking for other venues, Nikolaevsky Palace and the St. Petersburg Philharmonia offer phenomenal music and drama performances too. So far, each spot on this list reveals a piece of St. Petersburg's extensive past. But what if I told you there's one place where you can experience it all? Curious to know what it is? Let's reveal our top destination. At number 1, get ready to fall in love with Nevsky Prospect, a 2.5-mile avenue and the heart of St. Petersburg. As you stroll down this iconic street, you'll be wowed by stunning Russian architecture like Stroganov Palace, Winter Palace, and Vorontsov Palace. But there's way more to this place than just beautiful buildings. Nevsky Prospect is the ultimate central hub for shopping, sightseeing, and dining. It's basically all here. First stop, Eliseyev Emporium. It's perfect for grabbing souvenirs like Russian chocolates and caviar, but heads up, it's popular with tourists, so expect a crowd. For a unique experience, catch a Russian movie at the Angleterre Hotel. Don't worry, they're dubbed. There's no popcorn here, but the elegant setting more than makes up for it, so arrive early to grab a seat and enjoy a drink at the lobby bar. And to finish the night off, head to Rubinstein Street. This lively strip is packed with restaurants and bars, making it the perfect spot to experience St. Petersburg's nightlife like a local. Whether you're wandering through grand palaces, soaking in stunning performances, or exploring charming canals, St. Petersburg will amaze you at every corner. So, will you be adding this cultural gem to your travel bucket list? Let me know in the comments which site is your favorite. If you enjoyed this video, you'll love this next one.